And in that report, of course, you guys in the media also are aware that there are about 13,000, more than 13,700, projects unverified and abandoned in the region. In the report, it was also mentioned that NDDC had received about 6 trillion naira within the period. But the report we are presenting this morning is not the forensic, is not on the forensic audit. The Auditor General for the Federation actually conducted, compliance audit on the Niger Delta Development Commission before that forensic audit exercise was commissioned by the President. That report, our coalition, Civil Society Coalition on Audit in Nigeria, we have now conducted an independent assessment on that report of the Auditor General. You also agree with me that sometime in February we had reported to you guys that from our analysis and review of those 2 compliance audit reports of the Auditor General for the Federation, we highlighted about 91 billion naira that was not accounted for on 176 contracts. Of these 176 contracts, we have now verified 115 development projects in all the Niger Delta states. These 115 development projects, covered health, education, road infrastructure, water, and the likes. And the total contract amount on these 115 projects is 98.5 billion. 98.5 billion. The total amount that was paid to contractors in the process is 61.8 billion. From the evidence we gathered and our independent assessment, we realized that about 15.3 billion is yet to be accounted for by all the contractors that got, that got awarded contracts by NDDC. Now, it is important that we, put this, in perspective, that what's happening in the region is not the best of all. I mean, it's not actually what it should be. And we really need to prioritize the development of that region. And that's why we are putting out these findings, this morning. So my other colleagues will speak to it. I believe Joshua is here. Joshua is the lead at Data Fight. And Friday is here from Accountability Lab. He's the country director. So they will also speak on their own perspective of the report. But to further put it, the report is online, is available to the public, and then we can all just show the report to them. The report is available, is online now. It's a 293-page report, and citizens in the Niger Delta, and by extension, Nigeria, can go on our platform, www.valueformoney.ng, to then download the report and have access, to all the data, the information herein that they can use to hold whether government agencies or their leaders in the region accountable on what has happened in the region between 2008 and 2018. So the report is online, it's available. As you know, the forensic audit report, we haven't even seen the content, we just heard the summary. We're hoping that the President puts out, the findings of that forensic audit exercise as well, so that it can complement whatever it is that we have here. But it's also important to just say that this is a snippet of what to expect or what should be in the forensic audit report. So this will give you like a snippet view of what should be in the forensic audit report. And we urge you guys to look at it, digest it, analyze it, and use it for public good.
That the region doesn't deserve the kind of service that it's getting, both from contractors and from the federal government, as it were, or the commission, that's the NDDC. And the first thing to urge the federal government is that in the good spirit that it had conducted the forensic audit, it also makes the report public so that the media, civil society, and more importantly, the residents or citizens in the Niger Delta can also demand some level of accountability from the commission and all the officials in the place. I will also say in the same light that the media, civil society organizations, and citizens should also look at this independent assessment, because it's from the people to the people, and by the people, what we've seen on the field. I mean, over 13,000 poorly implemented projects. That's what the forensic audit of the federal government claimed are unverified or unlocated. First, that doesn't speak well of efficiency from the government. If a government institution or commission would approve a project and will still come back and say it is unverified or can be found, the question is, wasn't there a needs assessment done? Wasn't there an approval by, for instance, Bureau of Public Procurement? And I mean, so those are the issues, and it's best, or in the best interest of the people, that report be made public. And we will also beg the ACAs, the anti-corruption agencies, to utilize that report to get whatever justice and service that we can see get for the people of Niger Delta.
This to present to Nigerians about 90.9 billion, which was missing in about 176 contracts awarded between 2008 and 2018. And we're back here again to put out to Nigerians this same information about 115 projects which was awarded, amounting to 98.5 billion naira. Payments to contractor total 61.8 billion naira, while the sum of 15.3 billion is yet to be accounted for. I think this is worrisome for not just us sitting as CISAN behind the camera, but also worrisome for the region, the Niger Delta region. Nigeria is currently in a state where there's a bit of complication around finances from every money that is being generated. Talk about what is being shared by FARC, talk about what is being generated, talk about financial autonomy and all of that which is happening around governing. We need to now take a seat back and rethink how we want to address the issue of mismanagement of funds in the Nigerian government, both at the federal level, at the state level, and local government level. And one of the things we see behind the camera is the work we do empowers us to advocate for governance, to work for Nigerian citizens. How do we want to ensure they have good health care, good hospitals, good access to education? So we're here today to advocate on behalf of the civil society for audits in Nigeria, that Nigerian government should also look into the forensic reports, which is not different from the independent findings which we are presenting here. And we're going to distribute these findings to a couple of MDAs to see how we can take action. But we are also advocating for the National Assembly members, the lower chambers and the upper chambers, to begin to think about a new bill, a new audit bill, which will address such sort of issues, which will also empower the Auditor General to act on this kind of issue, which will define responsibilities for the office to work and actually make governance work and make funds work, which is being generated by the Niger Delta region, so Nigerians can have good access to health care. And actually, we want best practices for these processes.
Public Accounts Committees of the National Assembly, Senate, and House of Reps, and the anti-corruption agencies, EFCC and ICPC, to look at these findings, these audit reports, and the reports we are presenting today, to act on it and bring the people involved accountable for the monies they've mismanaged.